Hello, this is Yogeshwar 7000 again, and I'm back on my series on stories from the Puranas. And today we'll be discussing about a very interesting story coming directly from the Puranas. It is not a story which is either published on paper or on the internet. So I will request you to have firm faith and belief in it. And today we'll be talking about a mountain range. As you can see on the screen, it's a mountain range. And the mountain range is the mountain Vindhya. Okay, the mountain Vindhya is a very well-known mountain range in India, and it has its reference in the ancient scriptures. You will see a lot of ancient scriptures which refer to this mountain range of Vindhya. Okay, it actually spans over several states in northern India and central India. So the range extends from Gujarat in the west to more central part in Madhya Pradesh, which is central India, and also it extends to Uttar Pradesh, which is towards slightly northeast, and then the state of Bihar in the east, okay, and some parts of Jharkhand as well. So these are several states where this great mountain range appears. So this story is about that mountain range, and like I said, it's coming directly from the Puranas. So Sage Narada, who is the sage or the Rishi of the Devatas or the gods, that's how he's called, Deva Rishi, he had gone on a visit to the mountain Vindhya, and the great mountain Vindhya worshipped Sage Narada. Okay, and this story is referring to the earlier ancient times where every object of creation by God had so much power that it could actually communicate. So that's how, this mountain range Vindhya could actually communicate its thoughts through either words or through telepathy. In today's day and age, of course, we cannot find that kind of power which we can see. You'll read in ancient mythological Hindu scriptures that a river was talking to a sage, or the sage was talking to a mountain range. Even in Ramayana, if you refer to the place where Ram had to cross an ocean to go to Sri Lanka to get his wife back, he requested the sagar or the ocean to kind of subside so that he could make a little bridge where he could cross over the ocean and reach Sri Lanka. And Ramayana has a little part where there was a little conversation between Lord Rama and the ocean. The ocean had life, and he could communicate with Lord Rama. So what I'm trying to say here is that in ancient ages you could see references of all these objects which are the creation of God, like mountains, rivers, ponds, and oceans, seas. They could communicate. Not that they don't have life now. They do have life now as well in this day and age of Kali Yuga, but maybe they cannot effectively communicate to people, or maybe the humans today are not that spiritual or spiritually elevated that they can communicate with these creations of God. But this story is coming from the Puranas, which refers to the ancient times. So Sage Narada had gone to visit the mountain Vindhya, and Vindhya worshipped Narada. But Vindhya was a little proud and vain and a little arrogant. So he said, well, I am full of all the desirable objects that one can think of. So mountain Vindhya told that to Sage Narada. And Narada could understand that he's a little filled with vanity, a little pride. So Sage Narada replied to the Vindhya mountain that the Mount Sumeru, which is another huge mountain, is superior to you. Okay, and the reason why he's superior to you is because the gods are always there. All the gods are present there. So that made Mountain Vindhya a little upset, and he decided to become an equal to Mountain Sumeru. So what he did was he started to pray to Lord Shiva, and for 6 months he prayed and prayed and prayed and prayed and prayed, and finally the great compassionate, the great God, or Lord Shiva, appeared before him and asked him, why are you remembering me? And Mountain Vindhya described the situation, and he said, he wants to become the equal of Mount Sumeru, so please, please, please always be present in my mountain range. Okay. And to which the great Lord Shiva, the kind Lord Shiva, the compassionate Lord Shiva agreed, and he said, okay, I'm going to be present in your mountain range. Okay. And the linga, which is the symbol of Lord Shiva, started to be worshipped there as Omkara. Okay, that is the Shiva linga. Omkara started to be worshipped there. And so now this day and age, you can see that linga started to be known as Omkareshwar. Omkareshwar, or you can even call it Omkareshwara. Okay. And and it is actually a Jyotirlinga. So what is a Jyotirlinga? Jyotirlinga is also a linga, but it's an extremely powerful linga, and there are 12 such Jyotirlingas which are more powerful than a normal linga. Not that the other lingas are not powerful and Shiva is not there, but it is believed that in Jyotirlingas, Shiva is always present there. So there are 12 Jyotirlingas, like I said, which are there starting from northern India to southern India. The southern part of India has the Jyotirlinga called Rameshwar. Okay, and today we are talking about this Omkareshwar, who came into existence because the Mountain Vindhya requested Lord Shiva to appear in his mountain range, always be with him, so that he could become equal to Mountain Sumeru. Okay. Now, as far as the temple of Omkareshwar is concerned, it is a temple which actually appears on an island in the river Narmada. Okay, and the river Narmada also flows to that mountain range, so there's a connection between the Vindhya range with this Jyotirlinga Omkareshwar, which appears in an island. Okay, and the river Narmada. Okay, so that's how it is. That's how there's a connection with the mountain. And as I've already told you in the earlier part of this video, that this mountain range extends from the western part of India in Gujarat to the eastern part of India, which is Bihar, and it goes down south towards the central India as well in Madhya Pradesh. So this Shivalinga or Omkareshwar actually appears in Madhya Pradesh, okay, in a place called Khandwa in Madhya Pradesh. And like I said, it is on the banks, not on the banks, but it's on a little island, the mainland kind of a thing. It's not on the banks, it's on an island. Okay, and that island is called Shivapuri in the Narmada river. Okay, and the shape of that island is said to be like the Hindu Om's symbol. So it started to be called Omkareshwara, or the Lord Omkar, which is Lord Shiva itself. And the temple is called Omkareshwara. Okay, and that's a major Hindu pilgrimage, a Jyotirlinga, just like I said. and it is worshipped and revered by Hindus all over the world. So hopefully you enjoyed this video, enjoyed this story, which is coming directly from the Puranas. And in the meanwhile, I will recommend subscribe to my channel, check out my website. There is a link below, and I will see you with an interesting topic in either Vedic astrology or stories from the Puranas in my next session very soon. Goodbye.